The Day I Died by TAMMY COHEN. This is a book of near-death experiences by 20 different people. I'll give a description of 4 such experiencers. Paul Tucker. He was hit by a car while riding a bicycle. After the crash, he immediately floated 6 feet off the ground and was looking down on himself. Then he was in a rotating tunnel. Afterwards, he could see a bright light and then shapes of happy people. The light was too bright for him to see them, but he felt their presences. They communicated telepathically with him and with each other. One person asked if Paul was ready. Right after this, he was in a dark room somewhere up near the ceiling and was looking down on people in dark clothes. He recognized deceased relatives like his mom, his dad, and sister. Soon after, he told the light he wanted to go, so he was sent back to earth. There was a whooshing sound, and he was inside his physical body. He regretted returning to earth afterwards. Gabby Hall. She had her near-death experience when she was getting her wisdom teeth pulled. While under anesthetics, she left her body and floated up to the ceiling. Then she entered a dark space where there were these gray figures, or a presence of beings, sitting in front of her. They spoke to her telepathically. She said it was like a weird spiritual job interview. She wasn't frightened, nor was she flooded with unconditional love and light like other experiences she'd read about. She couldn't stay, though. They told her she had to go back. She remembered not wanting to go back, but she had to. Brian Smith got into a car crash. He said everything went into slow motion. There was a big whooshing sound. Then he was standing next to the driver's door and out of his body. He said he had a sense of sheer, exhilarating freedom and could go anywhere. The law of physics couldn't stop him. He spoke telepathically to 2 dead friends, Lisa and Susan. Lisa told him he had to look up at the sky, and in the sky was his life review. He saw his birth. He watched himself grow and play as a small child. He went all the way through his marriage and up to his death. When asked if he wanted to stay or go, Brian said he wanted to stay. He couldn't stay, though, because he had changes to make in his life, like have children and join the fire department. Renee Turner was in a car wreck. She had no memory of the process of dying or leaving her body. All she knew was she was moving headfirst through a dark maelstrom of what looked like black boiling clouds, and feeling that she was being drawn towards the darkness at the sides. She wasn't frightened by this, because ahead was a tiny dot of bright light, and beyond that was an explosion of light. Then she was in a room filled with light. The place was all white. Standing before her was a man who looked to be in his 30s and about 6 feet tall. He wore a white robe, and light seemed to just come out of him. He knew her, she knew him. This man, that she referred to as the gatekeeper, spoke to her telepathically. He stood beside her and directed her to look to her left, where she got a life review. She relived all the moments of her life and also felt the hurt that she caused others. She never felt judged. Then she was led into a room where her grandfather greeted her. He looked a lot younger than she had known him, and he was extremely happy. After she and her grandfather talked for a while, she was taken into another room and approached by a group of people that she vaguely recognized. Then the gatekeeper told her she had to go back because she had a task to perform. When she returned to the world, she said she had no fear of death anymore. A lot of people who have experienced near-death experiences say this. So in conclusion, most of these experiences have the following in common. The person dies. The person floats above his or her body. The person goes through a tunnel of some kind. They experience a bright, all-encompassing light that produces feelings of intense love. They talk telepathically to a being of light. They encounter deceased relatives or friends that they haven't seen for a long time. They have a life review. Then they're informed that it's not their time and sent back into their physical body. Near-death experiences are more and more common these days. I think it's due to resuscitation techniques and technology that keeps people alive. I myself am inspired by these people who experience a world on the other side. It increases my faith in God. Just knowing that there's an afterlife awaiting me gives me hope in this life. Well, anyway, talk to you later. Bye.